And if you see things flying around me, I have figured it out. It is dust particles. I just don't know why you're seeing them so strongly. It is not spirits. Hello everyone, welcome back to Always Forever Creations. My name is Stephanie, and if you're new, welcome. I'm so happy to have you here. Today I am making a birthday card for my mother-in-law, and I'm very excited about the design, so let's talk about it. Before we get to the design of the card, let's talk about the inspiration really quick. My mother-in-law was here for the Super Bowl, and she was telling me about all the things she wanted to do to her home. They're gonna do a little renovation, like nothing major, painting, getting some new furniture, doing some built-ins is probably the major bit of it, maybe getting some wallpaper in there. So that whole conversation was the inspiration for this card. I also like to theme my cards with I like to theme my cards with the gift that I give people, and we are going to be getting her an electric tea kettle. Kind of a silly story, but maybe we'll talk about that later. So let's go through the design of this card. So here is what I'm thinking for design. It's going to be a little bit larger of a card. I know I have some Tracy Fox frames. They're kind of fancy. Hopefully they're not too spooky looking. But that is what I am planning to use here. And I'm going to kind of layer them. I don't know what sizes they are. This is just a rough sketch. And then I'm going to have the teapot somewhere here. I cannot draw, don't judge me. Yeah, that looks like a teapot. And then maybe some happy birthday label up here. And then inside the frames, I am planning on using pieces from Worn Wallpaper by Tim Holtz. And then I'll have to do some kind of muted pattern on the background. And I think I'm going to make it like an ivory color, but I'm not sure how I'm gonna get the pattern on there yet. So we'll have to see what I come up with. But that's the rough idea. On to the crafting phase. Hi, me again. So here I am trying to make sure that I make a card appropriate size to fit in an envelope that I have. And these are the 3 frames that I picked out. So I'm just kind of arranging them to see what will work best. Also, I started filming but didn't really start filming. So my desk is a mess, and eventually I will realize that and clean it up here very soon. But this is how I get the size of my card base. Oh, and Strider is here. Guess he has an opinion too. Oh, yes, I know. Okay, cut down the card base. Oh, I also cleaned up my desk. Did you see that? Yeah. All of a sudden, like the cord and extra boxes were gone. So these are the 3 patterns that I picked from the Tim Holtz Worn Wallpaper pack. I love that pack so much. These are some of his happy birthday labels. I actually did not using those. I'm very flustered. I feel it in my voice. This is the first time I've ever done this. Sorry. And then I'm going to be using some antique linen with a stencil for my background. And this is a little teapot that I cut on the Cricut and colored off camera. I was hanging out with a friend. We craft together on Saturdays, so I did that. So, and now I'm going to stencil this background. and it comes out really pretty. Spoiler alert. So we're getting my mother-in-law a tea kettle for her birthday, because she was complaining that she needs a new spot to put her microwave because her microwave is currently on top of the fridge and it's hard for her to reach. So we were trying to come up with different solutions, and she's like, well, the only thing I use it for is to warm water. So just kind of like, why not just use a tea kettle? So yeah, that's what are going to get her for her birthday. Costco had one. My husband went to go pick it up, and of course, it wasn't there. Yes, that's Costco for you. So I'm just taking some tea dye, distress ink around the edges to darken up the edges a little bit because I like that look. And I love how this background came out. I know it's hard to see on camera, and I know it's also shaking. I'm still trying to get used to my new setup here. It's gonna take some time. But my camera mount is now on my desk, so if my desk shakes, my camera shakes. And now I need to decide which patterns go in the frames, and I also wanted to ink around the frames, but I was not in frame at all, so yeah. Sorry, I'm trying to think about what to talk about while I was, oh, that was a fun shot. Did you see that? Yeah, I did that. Very cool. Anyway, I was watching Psych, the TV show, while I made this card. Going to allow myself to rewatch Psych only while I'm crafting. One of those motivation tricks to do something you want to do with something you don't want to do. Although in this case, it's not that I don't want to be crafting, it's just I'm finding it difficult to kind of have that balance of getting time to craft, and what I am not motivated to do is wake up at 5 a.m. in the morning to do so. So with the help of my husband and children, he's giving me some time during the day right before dinner, so he's kind of taking on all those responsibilities. I kind of feel bad just so I can get some crafting time in. But yeah, it's good motivational trick if you are struggling. Give yourself something that you like to do with something you may not want to do, right? Yeah, like if you need to go to a gym, go to the gym. You listen to like the audiobook only when you're at the gym. I'm not explaining it well, I'm sorry. I also need to take a deep breath, I'm sorry. Oh, let me catch up on what we're doing here because I have another cool camera thing coming in soon. I wanted the frames to be at all different, there we go, awesome. I wanted the frames to be have different dimensions. So the first frame is glued straight down with the wallpaper, and then I glued the second frame and wallpaper together and kind of set that aside. And then the third wallpaper, I glued straight down the third wallpaper and frame. I glued the wallpaper straight down, and then I popped the frame up on foam tape. And now that second one that I set off to the side, I am doubling up the foam tape, so we'll sit even higher. Hope that makes sense. See, I got to talking about nothing, and then I missed what I was supposed to be talking about. So yes, and I love the dimension in this card. It's very cool. And then the teapot is also on foam tape. And here I'm just kind of like celebrating because I'm so happy with how it turned out. And then I was complaining that those labels were too small. But I found this in my sentiment bin, so that is what I ended up using. And I'm about to fussy cut it out. There we go. Again, half of it was out of frame, so. I like it, but it's hard. We'll get there. Thought about using another frame, did not like that. So I like to try out different options and just see what I like. I found these pearls on my floor. I have no idea how they got there. It fell out of a box or something. And ever since I saw them, I was like, I need to use those. So I used them here. And yeah, it came out so cute. And then the happy birthday right over it. Yes. So here I am putting some foam tape under the pearls to help stabilize it so it doesn't collapse down. And I was also making sure you couldn't see through it. And then here it kind of gets a little messy, but I ended up popping the happy birthday up on foam tape, and I also doubled that up. And then I also had to do a little surgery and stick some foam tape under the pearls in the center because it was collapsing really bad. Made me think of May. Some May surgery here. If you know, you know, right? There we go. Pretty. And then I felt like that bottom corner was just needed a little something, so I added a little strip of pearl down there as well. Get it on straight. There we go. And that's the card. It's all done. Good job to me. I love it. It's so pretty. I love all the patterns. It just turned out exactly the way I wanted it to. That is it for today's video. Thank you so much for joining me. I love how this turned out. It's beautiful. I am very happy with it. It is everything I wanted it to be. And I did a little work to the back. Tried to get a wood frame. That took a little time. And got some lines on there, of course. I hope you feel inspired and motivated and you get some time to make today. Please be sure to subscribe and like this video, and down in the comments, how about a little snowflake, because it is snowing. Although when you're seeing this video, it probably is not snowing. It will probably be 70 degrees. Thank you again. Let's get together again soon. I know this is going to sound weird to say, but I am quite proud of myself that with everything that I am feeling and struggling with, I can still make something really beautiful that I am very proud of.